Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my first video blog on Project Golden Fire. As you can see here, it's had a thermal event. Got nice and hot on the driver's side windshield here. Enough to crack the glass and make the laminate in there nice and soft and pliable. And I'm going to do a video blog for everyone who's wanting to see this. I'm getting lots of questions. And I'd like to do a Pontiac Fiero forum thread, but I don't have the time to post all the pictures with it being difficult to do so on that site, so I'm going to try a video blog. So what we have here is a gold 86 SE that I got from a gentleman named David. And he unfortunately was the owner when it had the thermal event. And what happened here is the owner before him spliced a wire into directly connected to the battery, right into the source that feeds the main feed to the car. You got your main feed to the starter over here, and then this is what feeds the rest of the car, this wiring. So notice he had no fuse on it at all. And it ran across the engine compartment and behind the air cleaner there. And then you go into the cabin of the vehicle. You can see where they drilled a hole in the firewall and passed it through the firewall. And they hit it a little bit behind the B-pillar trim. But you get down here and it's fused to the carpet down here, and you can see over here where it was laying, and now the carpet is singed. And on the end of this lead here, under the wire here, what we have is a contact for a switch, and looks like a fairly good sized contact, like it might have been able to handle the current of the circuit, but I don't know. But so here is where I believe the switch was, and in here we have fan switch. Down is what I say. Down equals on. So what he was doing is he was wiring up a fan switch because he didn't want to trust the factory thermal switch that GM put in the car. But so David says he put this wire in, I believe. I might be wrong, but this wire was for a switch or a gauge. And you can see right here where he had it wired up to where the factory gauge was. Unfortunately, he disconnected the factory wiring and let it sit down there on the hot exhaust manifold and melt the connector. So when I put that back to the way it's supposed to be, I'm going to have to put a new connector on there. But back to why this thing caught fire. So I'm assuming that this lead here somehow connected to the switch. Maybe there's another length of wire in there. I don't know. I'll probably find it when I get to tearing this down a little bit further. But so the wires were run like this, and you can tell it melted right through the piece of trim here, and it routed up here. And as you can notice, right there is where the hinge was shutting on the wire. And if you turn it on around backwards, you can see some wire sticking through there. So when this door was shutting, it was grounding the wire to the chassis, which is obviously not good, especially when you don't have a fuse on the circuit. It turns that wire into a toaster grid. So the wire was run through the fender and down here, and you can see where it comes out underneath the fender. The wire, this is going to be hard. The wire is singed a little up here. There we go. So you can see right there where I've pulled the wire out. So you can see it got hot here too. So I'm also wondering if this screw right here, if they might have accidentally got the wire caught in the screw, because you can see right here there's no melting, no significant melting of the insulation, but right here there is. So looky there, I cut myself. So I'm wondering if they somehow got that screw and the wire contacting each other and shorting there as well. So it goes into the white wire with a wire nut. Never use wire nuts on the automotive, and it ultimately goes there and feeds the fan. So David disconnected the fan thinking that that would maybe help, but obviously it didn't. The problem was maybe here and definitely at the hinge. But you can see the red wire is just exposed. This is the green wire goes into the red wire. I think he's going to put a gauge up there. But this is what I have, and it's going to be a quick project, hopefully. Gutting the interior, figuring out what needs to be replaced, and putting it back together. So I don't know what's going to happen to the wiring down here. It looks like it might not be too bad, but we'll see. Obviously, I had to replace a lot of stuff here, and the seal here is nice and toasty, and a lot of stuff to be replaced, but luckily I should have most of it. So besides that, this car appears to be in really good shape. No rust where the normal culprit places are for rust. So anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. Well, I already forgot to tell you guys about something. So here's the interior pieces that are melted that I was able to take out of the car. So far all I've done is take the seats out and suck the water out of the carpets. I will take the entire interior out and make sure it's nice and dry and repaint anything that's starting to flash rust, that kind of stuff. But so this is the passenger seat. You can tell that it's dirty because it had a fire hose blasting at it. And the driver one, I'll post the video on Pontiac Fiero forum of the fire department putting out the thing. And unfortunately, can't complain because they saved the car, but unfortunately they first blast blew all the molten plastic right at the driver's seat. What are you gonna do? So I don't know if it's going to be in the budget to do anything about the seats right away other than get them clean, but I'll probably, be searching for an inexpensive way to put some new seat covers on these, or see if I can live with them the way they are. But passenger carpet is in great shape. Passenger seat is in okay shape, and passenger carpet looks like it'll clean up. Like I said, all I did is just suck the water out of it. So there's some wear spots here and there. Obviously the dash needs to be replaced, but so I'll give you another view from this side. Need a new headliner, probably a backer board as well. And this is a weirdly optioned car too, I should mention. So you have power trunk and rear defrost and AC, but you have no power mirror or power windows or power locks. So I thought it was kind of funny, especially the rear defrost without anything else, or the main power conveniences. So anyways, more later.